Definitely this is not mine. So this is Sony J3MD CD player, MD player, cassette tape player, giant thing. Actually, this belongs to a friend of mine, and she told me that it stopped working as intended. I don't know what's happening with it. I mean, it looks actually not that bad. Let's plug it in and see what's going on with it. Plug it in. It clicked. All right, now you can see it with me. All right, it clicked twice. Nothing on the screen yet. So we should press. Ah, okay. All right, so it comes on. It clicked. It keeps clicking. I don't know. Is that a relay? So what's wrong with this thing? It does come on. CD. All right. CD. It's showing that it's playing something, but I can't hear anything inside. Volume. Sorry, it's a little bit reflective. I apologize. Volume. Okay. So what tuner? There's the radio thing. I know there is no speaker with it right now. Well, actually, I told my friend not to send the whole thing because the shipping fee will be expensive. Especially, I'm not too confident if I'm gonna be able to fix this or not. So as you can see, it's just the main unit without the speakers. It should actually look something like that. So what is wrong? So let me bring a tape. Maybe it's only the CD that it's not working. Just a second. One moment, please. Made in Japan. Sazanka. All right. Okay. So now if we try to press tape here, no tape. Did you see that? I press like this is like to probably, I don't know, maybe skipping tracks or switching between the two sides of the tape. It says no tape. What? It doesn't even read the tape? What happened here? Okay. That doesn't look good. I mean, other buttons also are not responsive, you know, like you just MD, even MD, there's nothing there. CD, nothing. Okay, so let's open it up. It's 1 million screws. We have 4 here, 3. Okay, let me bring a screwdriver. Works. Okay. Oh, it slides out like a computer case. You know, this thing is like probably 25-plus-year-old little gadget. Not little, giant gadget. Other side. Okay. I smell history. Okay. Oh, there are another screws here. Oh, did you see that? We have another screw hiding here. That little. So we need here an Allen key for this thing. Yep. You know, usually these old devices I mean, the plastic gets very weak, so if you try to force it, that might break something. Okay, the top panel is now removed. Very nice. Oh, wow, too much dust. Did you see that? Okay, yeah. And we got more screws. So what is... Oh no, did you see that? The ribbon cable is like not even plugged. It's not even in. I don't know, this ribbon cable goes where? Like, is this the one for this front panel thing? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, well, I can see here a CD. Can you see that? Okay. Where to start? So in order to... How to remove this front panel? Oh. There is a screw here. And then... Oh, okay. Did you see that? And also here as well inside. Hairy screw. Another hairy screw. More here. I think this is like ground. Whew. We made it to the CD. Wow. So now, in order for us to remove this front panel, like a little bit of a persuasion, we might be able to... Yeah, it's coming up. Nice. It's old plastic and I don't want to break anything. Okay, so this is the front panel and this is the CD unit. So let's try to remove this CD thing and see what's going on. All right. That's my boy. It's a little bit tricky. Okay, and the CD thing is free. It was connected to this ribbon cable with this black tape thing. So let's put this thing aside and let's try to remove the CD from the CD player. Also, we need to know what's wrong with the front panel, why it's not responsive.
What follows is a brief construction montage.
All right. Yeah, when everything used to be made in Japan. How can I remove this? Oh, see, they fell off. Maybe because I moved this part a little bit. But why it's stuck? Those two joints here, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this like part, I think this is like a motor. So it says here loading plus and loading minus. So what if I try to give it 5 volts maybe to see if this thing can slide or do anything? Okay, let's do that. All right, bench power supply. So if I try to, let's see this. Let's see if anything is moving. Oh, nice. How can I bring it back? Okay, I opened it, but how can I close it? Okay, so probably if I... What? Oh, if I reverse the polarity, it will close.
تكنولوجيا 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 عشدنها تكنولوجيا عشدنها تكنولوجيا.
Haha, this is so fun. Let me try to open this and check this rubber belt thing. Maybe it's loose or something. Right. It feels a bit loose. It's bone dry here. Maybe I give it a little bit of silicone grease. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, I mean, you see here, the shape is... I happen to have these rubber belts replacements because I remember back in the day, I had this little cassette player, you know, the Sony, looks like that one. I had to replace one. That was way before starting the YouTube thing. Now let's find the right size for this. So this is the original. Let's see if we can find a size that it's a little bit closer to that. Could be this, or this is a bit big. Maybe this is the one. Let's give it a try. Okay, looks like this. Okay, so I will silicone grease these things because it looks very dry. So I'm going to try this silicone grease from Kure, proudly made in Japan. So I want also to clean the lens, but for some reason, you know, as you can see, the lens is here. How can I do that? Should I remove it from here? Because it's held with a screw here. Maybe I should do that. All right, now we can give it a grease a little bit more freely. So now I'm going to clean the lens with the IPA. Just a tiny drop IPA on that. Very carefully. And then with the dry side, I think now it's better. All right. Okay, so this is the main board, as you can see. Let's try to disassemble this and see. I mean, it looks clean like crazy. So why it's not responsive? This is... Do you think there's a problem with this ribbon cable? We can test that with the multimeter. Let's do that. Right? Multimeter in continuity beep mode. Okay. There are here these transistors thing. Also, we can see the voltage is written on the board. Like this one should get, I don't know, like 12 volts, the other one 12, the other one 7. Okay, so we have now the multimeter, voltage DC. So this is a ground. Let's see if we're getting 5 volts here. Is this a ground? I think it should be a ground. So this is LED, 5 volts, another LED. Maybe this is, I don't know, the volume knob, 5 volts, key, another key. But this one that says 5 volts is actually getting nothing. Why is that? Okay, we're getting here the 5.6 volts, which is exactly what it says in the label. Okay, how about we check for some shorts? I would say we remove this board so we can check for shorts freely. There's one screw here. Okay, now we have the board. Right, so we got the multimeter. As you can see, we got tons of resistors and 100 million capacitors and 12 million Zener diodes and stuff like that. I will check for shorts and see what's going on. And also, let's see what's going on with the other side of the board. So we have this microcontroller, some capacitors also. Okay. So I'm going to check the Zener diodes first. We have some Zener diodes because they are visible to me. Okay, so far so good. We got some transistors here. I know it's difficult to see because, yeah, the quality is just bad. I'm sorry for that.
Two hours later.
Okay, so I checked for shorts on this side and I didn't find any. So how about this side? Okay, so this is the microcontroller, capacitor, couple of resistors, more resistors, more resistors, capacitor. This is a fuse. Let's check for shorts around this chip. Oh, we have a capacitor here. Let's see. I freaked out for a second, you know, like I was like, what? Oh, it's 0 ohms. It's 0 ohms. Okay, so how about this fuse? Okay, it's fusing. But why it's shorted? I don't know if we remove it, will the short be gone? I'm not sure, but let's give it a try. So let's now see if the short's still there. Still there. So that means that the capacitor itself is fine. So this is the capacitor, let's see. Yeah, capacitor seems okay. So why the pad itself is shorted? Okay, so let's put the capacitor back. All right, so the capacitor is back in place. Okay. So I keep checking for other shorts somewhere else. You know, that was the capacitor that it's still actually shorted, but I don't know why it's shorted. We removed it. I put it back. When I removed it and I checked the pads, the pads are also shorted. So when I also checked here, down here, this one is also shorted. I mean, I don't know, like I can see this big track is, I mean, it's sticking, this track is ground. So I'm not sure about this one. And I don't know why it's like shorted together like that. I would say let's just try to remove it and see. Okay, so this is the capacitor. Is the short gone? I would say no. I started to lose hope, you know. Yeah. Yeah, and the cap's fine. So this is the back side of the panel here. I noticed something, that you see this track here, it says sub plus 5 volts, and the one on top of it says plus 5 volts. So when I tested with the meter, let me show you, just ground, voltmeter on voltage DC. You see here I get 5 volts, but the track on the top, it's like half a volt. And when I tried shorting those two together, you saw what happened? The light is there. Now I don't understand. So if I inject 5 volts here using the bench power supply, will that make it work? But the question is, if it works, how will I supply 5 volts to this thing later? I don't know. Okay, so okay, bench power supply, ground here, like so. 5 volts, 500 milliamps. Okay. Still not doing anything. Okay, so you know, we checked the front panel. We checked, of course, this board. Same thing, we couldn't find anything crazy. Although we, you know, we remember those shorted capacitors. Apparently they seem to be shorted because we have tons of jumpers in this board. So I'm guessing this is why they appear as shorted. But we removed them and we tested the capacitors themselves, and they weren't shorted basically. So there was this board. I was like, okay, let's check everything, you know, right? This board was here. This is the board where we get the power. The other board, this is the amplifier board. So I don't think it has anything to do. This is basically the audio thing. So this is the power, and this is the massive transformer here. We're not talking about it now. As you can see, this board is getting power from this board through this cable, right? So I was like, all right, so let's just check this board, you know, like see if there's anything crazy. And I started, you know, like testing those diodes and other Zener diodes and, you know, the resistors and stuff like that. And there were those 3 resistors, right? I checked those 2, this one here and this one here, the one that right next to the socket. They tested fine, except for the other one, which was this one. So it was this one here, and I used the app. Let me show you. I used this app that can tell me the colors of the resistors, right? So maybe I should switch to the microscope just to show you the colors. So as you can see, the colors here are gold, silver, green, and brown. So I put the value exactly. It's just starting from the right. So I mean, if you flip it, so it's like we have the gold, silver, green, and brown, and it should be 0.15 ohms-ish. So here's what happened. When I tested this with the multimeter, it gave me like open circuit for some reason. So I thought, okay, so definitely this is because it's in circuit, you know, like, okay, let's remove it from the circuit. Let me show you. Like so. Sorry if it's a little bit out of focus. Sorry about that. Like so. And then I put them in the component tester, right? So if we check, it gave me the result in mega ohms, which is, to someone like me, that sounds wrong, right? Definitely you guys definitely know better than me. Like mega ohms, that's crazy. That sounds like crazy, right? So I was like, all right, so let's just replace this resistor with one that says like 0.3 ohms, right? So I checked it also on the component tester, and it gave me the result that was like exactly shown here on this app, you know, like something very, very close. So I was like, you know what, just let's give it a try. So I snapped one from here and I put it there, and now it's showing the right value, right? So I'm going now to put it back and to see if that actually does anything. Well, I'm hopeful, yes, but I don't know if it's related to this issue here, maybe. So I will put this thing back the way it was. This is the longest screwdriver ever known to man. Okay, so yeah, let's bring the front panel. Maybe I should also try to connect this thing back, because I want to make sure that if I press the button that opens and closes the CD-ROM, that means it worked, right? Right, front panel. Okay, front panel in place. This thing like that. Okay, just anything just like this. All right, so I changed the camera angle so you can see with me what's going to happen. I'm really hopeful. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to plug in the thing. Okay, this is the standby indicator, right? Moment of truth. In 3, 2, 1. Oh my god! Oh my god, look! No way, no way. The blue light, the blue light. Oh my goodness. Okay, no disk. Well, yes, because there is no disk. All right. All right, so if you remember, the board was like not responsive. Do you remember? Like didn't do anything. So let's now see if it's gonna work. Okay, 3, 2, 1. No way. No way. I'm sorry, my hand was right in front of the thing. No way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. This thing is working for now. It's not fully, I don't know yet, but at least that seems like the board is now functioning. Wait a minute, do you remember from the other side there was this, let me change the camera angle. So do you remember here, we used to get like, we have this sub plus 5 volts, and then the other track says also 5 volts. And this other track, when we tested it with the meter, it gave us only half a volt. Do you remember that? So do you think now we are getting the full 5 volts? Let's check. Let me bring the multimeter in voltage DC. So let me put the meter somewhere you can see. Maybe like that. I will connect the probe, the ground, the case. So let's see. So we got here the, yes, 4.9, which is correct. The first one was half a volt. Let's see now. We are getting the 5 volts. Yes, yes, this is so cool. Good, good, good. This is also the back side of the main board. So do you remember also at the beginning when we were checking those voltage regulators? Do you remember? And we actually got a voltage only from this one that says 5.6 volts, but the rest actually didn't receive any volts. Also, since we got here the 5 volts on the front panel, do you think the right voltage now is getting to these voltage regulators? Let's see. Probe on ground, meter in shots. I don't know how. Okay, so here we're supposed to get 12 volts. Let's see. Yes, yes. How about here? This one is also another 12 volts. Yes, nice. This one is 7 volts, I guess. Yes, very nice. 7 volts. Perfect. And this is the 5.6. Perfect. And here is also 5 volts. Nice. Also here 5 volts. Yes. Ah, there's another one. Was right behind this. This one is also another 5 volts. Perfect. Perfect. Very, very nice. I'm really happy. I feel like we're making progress right now. We're getting the right voltages in these areas and also in the front panel, right? So what I'm gonna do is I will put things back together and give it another test and see how it works. Alright guys, now it's the moment of truth. So let's give this thing a full test. So in order to do so, I got those cheap speakers. I got them for about, I don't know, $2 or something. It's just for testing. It's not like you enjoy music with them or anything. So you power it with USB like so. Put them here. And we connect them to this one. And then mains. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, lovely. Oh, this tuner, sys tuner. Ah, this is the FM or radio. All right, so let's try the cassette tape first. Yeah, it's very classic. Okay, tape goes in, right? And I think we'll press here or here, I don't know. Let's see. Yes! Cool. Okay. Nice. And then we try the MD. We have an MD here. Let's see. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yes! 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 Okay. Hopefully I don't get any copyright strike or anything. You know, it's just for testing. Please, YouTube, don't do this to me. And the final thing, the CD. Let's give it a try. This. I'm gonna try this one. The soundtrack of Batman vs Superman. Okay, let's just give it a try. Oh my god, this is so cool. Yeah, I like it. All right, so let's pick the CD. All right, moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Yes! Tell me, do you bleed? Yes! All right, wow, that was so cool. That was so cool, guys. That was very, very cool. I have to admit it, I really learned a lot of things through this fix. Like, for example, those voltage regulators. I didn't know how to even test them, but I had to look it up and I got to know how to test them. And that's why, you know, like I feel like I made progress, you know, like at least I learned something from this fix. It's really good experience. It was really difficult, but I really enjoyed it. I hope you also enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe if you want. And I'll see you in the next one.